A suspicious PowerShell command rarely looks dangerous at first glance, and that's exactly the point. By the time it actually executes, it may already be decoded, expanded, decompressed, or reconstructed from fragments that looked harmless when viewed in isolation. What appeared to be a benign string of symbols, encoding noise, or broken up text was never meant for human eyes in the first place. This is the core idea behind command obfuscation, a technique used to hide malicious intent inside seemingly harmless commands, scripts, or execution chains. It's one of the most persistent tactics in modern malware delivery because it doesn't rely on breaking systems. It relies on confusing the analyst. Welcome to BlueHat Cybersec Academy. So what exactly is command obfuscation? At its simplest, it's just the deliberate transformation of a command, so its purpose is not immediately understandable. And it's important to separate it from encryption. Encryption is meant to be reversed only with a key. Obfuscation is different. It's about delaying recognition, not protecting secrecy. Think of it like this. A normal command might clearly say, download a file and execute it. But an obfuscated version hides that same logic inside base 64 encoding, string fragments, environment variables, or layered transformations. Same outcome, just harder to read. So why go through all this effort? It comes down to 3 practical advantages. First is evasion of detection. Security tools often rely on signatures known patterns, like PowerShell flags or suspicious keywords. Obfuscation breaks those patterns completely. Second is analyst fatigue. Every layer of obfuscation adds time and mental effort. That friction builds up fast during investigations. Third is automation gaps. If a tool can't confidently interpret a command, it may downgrade or ignore it entirely. That hesitation is often enough. Let's break down what attackers actually do. One of the most common methods is encoding, especially base 64. A readable command is converted into an encoded string and then executed. To a system, it runs normally. To a human, it looks like noise. Then there's string splitting. Instead of writing a full keyword, attackers break it into pieces like invo plus keyweb plus request. The system rebuilds it at runtime. Another trick is character substitution using Unicode lookalikes, hex codes, or escape sequences to disguise readable commands. Attackers also abuse environment variables like env.temp to dynamically construct commands instead of writing them directly. And in more advanced cases, all of this is stacked together into multi-layer chains decode, reconstruct, execute, download, often ending with payloads that only exist in memory. Here's the core problem. Most security tools analyze static code, but obfuscated commands don't stay static. They assemble themselves at runtime. So what you see isn't what actually executes. Even behavior-based systems struggle when execution is delayed, split, or hidden inside legitimate tools like PowerShell. That's why many attacks look normal until they suddenly aren't. Defense shifts away from what does this say and toward what does this do? Does it open a network connection? Does it spawn new processes? Does it modify persistence? Those questions matter more than syntax. Analysts also watch for reconstruction indicators like invoke expression, base 64 decoding functions, or heavy string manipulation. Not malicious on their own, but suspicious in combination. Memory analysis also becomes important because many payloads never fully exist on disk. And finally, context is key. A command is only suspicious when you ask, why is it obfuscated, who ran it, and what did it connect to? Command obfuscation isn't magic, it's just friction. It works because defenders are busy, tools are pattern-based, and attackers only need small gaps to succeed. Every extra decoding layer slows investigation and increases uncertainty. That's the real weapon, not complexity. So here's the question. If you see a heavily obfuscated command running under a trusted process, what convinces you first? Its structure, behavior, or context? Because in cybersecurity, Confusion is rarely accidental. Now let's make it interactive. Here are 3 cases. 1. A base64 encoded command opens a legitimate internal tool. 2. A heavily concatenated script makes no network calls. 3. A clean script immediately downloads and executes a remote payload. Which one is most suspicious and why? Drop your answer in the comments with your reasoning. If this breakdown helped you think more like a defender, this is part of the Malware Encyclopedia playlist. Like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into real-world attack techniques and how they actually work.